So I just wanted to make sure that we're super clear about what we do at this particular step. So this is just the top half or the top little corner of your data table where you would have had here the reaction between cobalt 2 chloride and then sodium phosphate. So if a reaction occurred in this box, on the next slide, what you're going to need to do is to write the chemical formula of the compound that would form. The easiest way to do that is to break these two chemicals down just into their ions, list them with their charges. And don't forget that if you wanted to know what those charges were, most of the time, simply uncrisscrossing the charges back will do. But sodium is something that you can look up on the periodic table, and phosphate should be on your polyatomic ion sheet. That would give me for this one, Na1 plus and PO4 with a 3 minus. For this compound, again, this is cobalt 2 chloride. If you can know how to name that, it's going to be also easy to uncrisscross that to rediscover the charges of the compound or the charges of the atoms on the inside. So this should be made of cobalt with a 2 plus charge and chlorine with a 1 minus charge. Now, if a new compound forms on the inside here, it's essentially like a drag and drop activity where you take the first item from this column and drag it over, and you take the second item from the top and drag that down. So again, from the up and down column, it's always the first positive ion. That's what you're going to bring over, CO2 plus. And from the top row, it's always going to be the second negative anion. You're going to pull that down. And then the last step would be to crisscross. Crisscross. So I put a 3 here and a 2 here. Notice again that those signs, they disappear once we do that. Now, I don't want to leave my work displayed like this. I want to make it fancy, make it pretty at the end. So I'm going to rewrite it in its final form. And this is what I'll be looking for in this slide. CO3, PO4, 2. So again, if I wanted to figure out what the next compound was, if a reaction happened in this next box over here, then cobalt, the first item, would be in this compound over here. So again, it's always the first element from this row, and it's always the second item from the row up at the top that will combine to make your new compound.